Pull up in the top is missing. The opposition and all that lane switching. This is what the game is. It's the young, incredible.
From the home of the Bills since 1973, there's a look at the newly named New Era Field just outside of Buffalo, New York. The folks in Buffalo love their Bills, and a moment ago they entered to the delight of this sold-out crowd. They're set for football as their Bills will do battle with the Washington Redskins. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Good. Mike 51, Mike 51. Big stop, D. Big stop, let's go.
They'll run with a second-year man from ASU, Kalen Ballage. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Ryan Kerrigan. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Yeah, I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And got his man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. A big play here for Buffalo. And even 40 yards.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll run here with Ballage. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
From the 40 now on second down. Dalton, he's going to wind up, and this is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 9th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Hauschka adds the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go.
Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They run with Adrian Peterson, the second active leading rusher in the NFL. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball. and that way you often control the game.
Now Haskins to throw it. He'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
A gain of 21 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now a run with Peterson. And he's got this down to the 35. 12 yards there and a first down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Peterson. And Peterson, what happened? He lost the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now Balaj.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
3rd down, a shot here for Dolan. He sets to fire deep. And that is incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
The Redskins take over. Let's go, boy. Bring it up. At their own 21-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Now Peterson running right. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Up to make the play defensively, Tre'Davious White. From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. It's brought in by Doxson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
First down, Washington.
49, guys. Mike, 49. Crunch time, defense.
They'll run on first down. It's Thompson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 44, Haskins out to the left here to Reed. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
First down,
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 46. They'll give to Peterson out of the gun. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Let's bring it.
On 2nd and 15 now. Haskins. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals. All right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Balaj. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 25-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here we go. Watch the edge. Get wide.
A first down throw coming for Dalton. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Dalton now to pass. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. He's fresh off that 3-touchdown performance last week that got him AFC Offensive Player of the Week, so you know that he was already on their radar. Now he's maybe even a bigger plane on their radar.
Bigger plane. I mean, he is the big dot on that screen that they're looking at and saying, how in the heck do we stop him? They're going to try a bunch of different things, different people covering him, but right now, he's locked.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Kalen Balaj with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Hauschka with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 right at the 20. And that is caught by the tight end Reed. Touchdown, Washington. Jordan Reed, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. So we've reached halftime here in Orchard Park with the Bills taking the lead into the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, this is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. He has been interception-prone here in his rookie season. How patient can they be with him?
That is the key question, isn't it? A lot of it depends on the head coach, what type of defense you have, and just a general understanding of the makeup of him. But the bottom line is you posed a great question. Are they at the stage where they've run out of patience, and now they get to demand production, or do you continue to stay with him this way?
One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. They run it with Balaj. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Kalen Balaj. His second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Hauschka adds the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Tremaine Edmonds, the Bills' leading tackler as a rookie last year, in on the stop there. On play action, Haskins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. It was Mitch Unrein that made the tackle.
93, 52, 93, 44, 44. Here you go.
They'll stay on the ground. Balaj again. Oh, able to avoid him. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
93, 52, 93, 44, 44.
And to give this time to the tailback. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And oh, he coughed it up. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now it's Haskins, and they take him down. The Bills get to him. The veteran Jerry Hughes drops the hammer in the backfield. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Haskins to throw, and he's going to go down again. Big Shaq Lawson gets the sack there.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and that leads to a play-action sack. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Andy Dalton with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. And the Bills will add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is cool.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. He's had his interception woes early in his rookie season, but sometimes that happens. There are great examples of guys in the past that have had those same struggles early.
You are so correct, and what the team and organization is hoping, we're going to see these woes now, But later, when we're helping him with his Hall of Fame speech, we'll remember his rookie year and how things began.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Andy Dalton, he'll let this go for the end zone. Parker's got it for a Bills touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Hauschka with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Haskins flush to his right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. 3rd down, here's Haskins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Let's go. Bring it.
Let's make these babies cry. Heavy. Let's make these babies cry.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. From 17 yards out. And the Bills use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is
but
one of our
she's
guys.
singing too.
Oh, she's singing. She's
on like the 5th tune.
Yeah, she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Kenny Moore. The 20, 10, and he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. 2nd and 10 now. Haskins. A deep ball for Dotson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked picked off at the 39. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
At the 42-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
6 guys.
368.
Here's Dalton. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Ryan Kerrigan able to record his 5th sack of the season. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Throwing, Dalton. He's going to go for it all. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Haskins gets this to Reed. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Haskins on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
2nd and 10. Here's Haskins again. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 16. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves. But they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. On 2nd down, Peterson. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Calling about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Looking to throw, Haskins toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, able to break that one up. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Heads up! Lead! 368!
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification, that's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him as we've seen. But you say 3 rushing touchdowns, and of course throw it to him where he's caught one as well.
We got this at their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said...
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. William Hayes, the pride of Winston-Salem State, coming in to drop him. The Redskins on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Being chased. Haskins hit, and he lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And he'll give it here to his running back. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Again, it's Balaj. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. To throw here, Dalton. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. They'll try on 4th. Here's Dalton. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Ryan Kerrigan. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs. A good starting spot for the Redskins as they come up 1st and 10. One final shot for Haskins. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Bills, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11. So for our entire crew, along